Welcome back. Robert Runcie's tenure as Broward School Superintendent was shaky at best. The district mismanaged bond money and found itself beset with allegations of corruption. Some schools saw their test scores improve while others declined, and now he is facing an indictment that he lied to a state grand jury investigating corruption. After almost 10 years, Runcie is walking away with a payout of $754,000. Last week, I spoke to school board member Lori Alhadeff, whose daughter was one of the students killed at Stoneman Douglas High in 2018. You voted against the settlement agreement. Why, and what was it about it that concerned you?
Sure. So Mr. Runcie was definitely entitled to certain things in our mutual agreement for him to separate from being superintendent of Broward County Public Schools. But I voted against it because I thought three things that he should not have been given. So number one is he did not make it to actually of 10 years being superintendent. He fell just short of that. So $80,000 from the FRS funding was something that if he made it to 10 years, then he would have been given that.
FRS, just to jump in, for those who don't know, FRS is the Florida Retirement System. So I just want to translate to sort of a little bit. So continue.
And then the second thing was the negotiations of this contract. We are paying $25,000 for his attorney fees. So I felt that this negotiation should not have been on the school district, that Mr. Runcie should have been paying for.
Right, he pays for his own attorney. It's his attorney. He should pay for his own attorney.
Right. And then the third thing is the criminal proceedings with the grand jury. We're going to be paying up to $350,000 of his attorney fees. And that money, if you remember, it wasn't calculated to the right in the whole scheme of things. But there was not really, I wanted there to be more checks and balances with that. You know, they talked about them being able to, our general counsel being able to negotiate with the attorneys. But like at the end of the day, really, there was no parameters put under that. So that was really upsetting me.
So there was the issues related to his departure, his leaving, what he would be paid to separate from the district. And really, there wasn't a lot there that you disagreed with in terms of he was entitled to his sick leave, to his vacation payout, you know, to all of those sorts of things. Those are really the big number items. But on the other side, in addition, and this wasn't something I was entirely aware of, you will pay for his criminal defense attorney for up to $350,000 as that case moves forward, correct?
Right, and that's not based on one attorney. He has 3 attorneys. You know, and they try to say, well, only one attorney would be working at a time, but you know how the lawyer fees all add up.
Well, more importantly, you know, let's say what happens if he's convicted? Let's say that he's guilty and he has the presumption of innocence. We should always say that. So he's presumed innocent right now. But what happens if he is in fact convicted of these crimes? Does the school district get to recoup any of the money he either paid to his attorneys or the money that he's paying as part of the separation agreement? Is there a chance to get any of that money back if it turns out that he broke the law while superintendent?
Yeah, so we would be able to recoup the attorney fees for the negotiation of his contract and then also for the criminal proceedings if he's proven guilty.
You know, let's take a step back for a second because I know that from the time that you came on to the board, obviously you had your misgivings with Superintendent Runcie, and it was no secret that you wanted him to leave the school board. Am I wrong in stating it that way?
Well, Jim, I want accountability. And when I ran to be a school board member, I wanted to seek out the accountability. You know, on February 14th, 2018, 17 people died at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. And there was tremendous lack of training, lack of security, lack of safety in the school that led up to that shooting. and someone needs to be held accountable. And Mr. Runcie, being the superintendent of the school, is that person that ultimately is accountable for what occurs at the school.
It seemed to me as if the question surrounding whether Superintendent Runcie should stay or should leave for the past several years really has, I mean, it's devolved into issues. It doesn't really talk about accountability. It almost becomes he has his supporters, he has his critics, and you know, some of it falls along. There's certainly a racial component to this, which I find disturbing, in the sense that you know, you had certain people in the community immediately rally to his support, you know, because they did not want to see him as an African American, as the leader of the district, be forced out. And I think that when it devolved into that sort of back and forth, that's where it became really troubling to me watching it from the side. What about from you watching it from the inside?
You know, as a school board member, my job as Mr. Runcie's boss is to hold him accountable. And throughout Mr. Runcie's 9 years as superintendent, there has definitely been positive things that he has brought to the students in Broward County Public Schools, like the debate program, for example. But on the other hand, there has been a lot of mismanagement, like, for example, the $800 million SMART bond. It's been mismanaged. It's $1.3 billion now and rising. And because of his lack of leadership, because of his lack of ability to hold people accountable, has blossomed into the bond that we have today with the exploding price. And at the end of the day, Jim, it's our students and our teachers that don't seek the benefits of our schools improving. And there's been delay after delay after delay with this Smart Bond program. And we need a leader who is going to be able to have the leadership to bring our bond, to bring these programs and the different Smart Bond programs to where they are executed in a timely fashion, and also to save the taxpayers money.
Did we not, though, see an improvement in student test scores, in improvements in schools under Robert Runcie? Does he deserve credit for that?
So he definitely, we do not have any F schools anymore, but we have less A schools and we have more B schools. So, you know, that definitely he brought up those failing schools, but our excelling schools have come down.
Overall, what was it at the end of the day that made you believe that he should leave the district?
So I did bring an item to fire Mr. Runcie a couple years ago, if you remember. And that was based on the lack of school safety measures put into the district and his lack of leadership and a failing Smart Bond program. So those things are still there for me. But with him now being under the grand jury with this perjury charge, it has really become a huge distraction to our school district. And we need a new leader and someone to come in and to be able to bring Broward County Public Schools to a new beginning. And I know that we can do that.
I want to talk about where we go next, but let me just stay on this for a second, because one of the things that he said was that he had also felt that his continued presence was causing pain within the community and within members of the board. And I think it was directed towards you, towards Debbie Hickson, who lost her husband. You lost, of course, your daughter with what happened in Parkland. I mean, I guess I'm curious as to, when you heard him say that, what your reaction to that was.
My initial reaction was that this is a deflection from the truth. It's a deflection to, you know, pinpoint this on the MSD tragedy. If Mr. Runcie really felt like he wanted to take the pain away from the families, then he should have resigned on February 15th, 2018.
Or at any point up until, you know, even months later or 6 months later or a year ago, whatever it would have been. It did seem odd that suddenly now became the moment where he decided to be he portrayed himself almost as being noble in this regard, that he will step aside for the good of folks such as yourself. And I did think it was odd in terms of the timing.
Agree.
We'll be right back.